What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast without a name.
Can that be the title?
Someone
Podcast without a
surely,
name?
I bet you someone has that already.
Well, good thing I have the internet in my hand
Yeah, you can find
and
out.
in front of me.
You guys let us know in the comments, what do you want to call this podcast? Really quick before we get into this, I'm
Yeah.
Cody, and this other guy right next to me on this side, yeah, right here, this guy,
Is that where I'm going to be over there? Right here?
yeah, that's Dakota. What's up?
There's no such thing as the No Name Podcast. Patent pending.
Okay, what do you guys think in the comments? We'll think about it.
The No Name Podcast. Might
um.
change. Hey, if that's the case, I might change that to my official
Oh
name.
yeah, you could. If we don't take it on this,
I mean, it's
you could
distinct
change it
enough.
for D's OPs.
Stands out better than D's OPs, I think.
It's more of a conversation starter. Like they just named their podcast the No Name Podcast. What are they thinking?
It's like naming something kind of funny.
Ooh. Yeah, but that kind of works because they're right. They're kind of funny.
I mean, exactly.
Anyway, guys, before we jump into this, I do want to apologize that there has been no podcast for over a
Sometime.
month, right? Well over a
Yeah,
month.
it's been a second.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We actually filmed another podcast. We said we were going to do a Q&A, and we filmed that. We did that, but um, I'm having problems on my end with DaVinci Resolve, the editor that I use. It, for some reason, the podcast is just too long. It was almost 2 hours long. There wasn't really a great spot to split it in half, so I wanted to keep it as a whole podcast. But DaVinci Resolve kept crashing. I probably tried it like 10 times using different settings, trying to do different things, and eventually I'm just like, I
It's
can't get
true.
this
Who
to
messaged me
render.
for? You messaged me for like 3 weeks straight, saying like, "Hey man, I can't get this."
Yeah, I felt bad because I'm like, dude, the people are waiting, Dakota's waiting. I'm like, I don't know why this. It just felt like I was wasting a ton of time because
I'm not too horribly bummed, honestly, about it, just because I feel like the audio on that one was really bad.
it probably was. And so we've got a lost podcast now. So I'm keeping that file. Maybe one day it'll get edited and I can put it out for people. But we did answer the
Until then,
questions we had.
yeah, I don't even remember any of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I do also want to say that we are obviously trying a new setup right now with both of us having video. Um, I can already see that it's a little bit laggy just on my end and the
Yeah,
video.
it's like a quarter of a second, maybe.
And yeah, my audio is a little bit off of my mouth, but we're still working on it. We'll get it there. Just work with us, guys. And don't forget, I live in the
Point it up.
Philippines.
Oh,
Oh, I live in the Philippines now, and I don't live in like a subdivision. So there's neighbors here. People are, there's a chance you're going to hear people outside. You might hear dogs barking, all this stuff. It's just how it is. So,
hang on, I'm gonna grab a couple things for when we're talking about later. It's right there. I just gotta
okay.
grab it.
So guys, we have missed you. We have really we've wanted to get back. We've wanted to do this. I was worried you guys are gonna think, was this a one-off thing? Cody's not gonna actually continue
Okay.
this. We are continuing this. Uh,
What's
all
that?
right.
What
I was
was
just
said?
telling them like I hope they didn't think that we were just did a one-off podcast and we decided, we're not into it. We're not gonna keep going. We do have plans to keep going. We just
Is
had
this will this
technical
be the second
problems.
one?
This will be the second one if you count the first two parts as one podcast.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Same.
This is the second.
Two parters equal one.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
agree.
it's like Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2. They're the same movie.
Harry Potter, Deathly Hollows, Part One and Two.
Actually, those are two totally different movies. I'll give it that. Those are two totally different movies.
All right,
But
guys.
so what's going on? What do you want to start with?
Yeah, we don't have a ton of time today because I actually got a job and I have to work. So,
Somebody works on the other side of the world on a
yeah,
different schedule than me.
yeah, we're on totally different schedules. Me and Dakota have like such a small window of time for us to actually like
I
get
work
together.
on my end. I get up at usually around 4 to 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, me
I gotta be
too.
at work. I gotta be
But
at work at 6 usually. Six between 6 or 7, just depends on what we're doing that day. Usually 6.
mm,
So and then I work until 2:30 or 3:30, just depending on which I go in.
oh
And
yeah,
yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Get home, let the dogs out, take a poop.
Oh, totally opposite. I'm a morning pooper. I don't think I ever
Uh,
poop in the evening.
since we moved, that's part of the reason it's been so long since we did a show. Since we moved, I've been more of an afternoon pooper.
I think we should really quick, before we really get into this, talk about the biggest elephant in the room.
What's that?
Dakota does not look like the Dakota you guys remember.
I promise I'm not fat. I've got a little more pudge on me, but I'm still
That's
skinny
not.
old me.
I don't think that's what anyone thought the difference was.
Well, the beard makes me look big. It looks like I got a big
Oh,
Sandy face. I feel like I look
oh,
like young Santa Claus with this beard.
oh! You think so?
It's that, or I'm going. If anything, it really, it's just because I've been too lazy and
Mm.
I can't find the charger to my razor, so I've just kind of just been lazy.
So what are you going
uh,
for with this? Are you going
I
some?
mean, if anything, I guess like a Viking look, because I got some luscious locks now too. I've been growing it 3 years next month.
I mean, do you think there's a point where you're just gonna cut it all off? Be like, no, I don't mean down to the skin with your beard, but like shave it down, cut your hair, or do you think
Oh
you
yeah, I'll cut
wanna?
my hair. I'll probably cut my hair this year. I don't know how
Oh,
short.
really?
I'm thinning just a bit on the top, and if I cut my hair, I know that'll help
Mm.
with how that looks because it parts in the middle and the back, and that makes it look like I have like nothing back there right now
Oh,
because my hair
really?
is lighter in the back. Also,
Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember when it's kind of personal, but I remember when Nate was like losing hair. We would always be
yeah.
like, "Nate, just cut it off. Just cut it off, bro." But you look like
I'm,
you still have a lot more than Nate did back then. Nate was really losing.
and I have a nice beard that I can connect to the sides of my head, if nothing
Yeah.
else. Nate
Yeah.
could do that now. Like now, if he decided he's still Mr. Cue Ball.
Mm. Okay,
You
guys,
see,
so oh, sorry.
I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say I'm hanging out with Nate tomorrow, but we'll get
Oh,
into that.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Before we get into what we're actually talking about today, I know there's been a lot of intro here, but I just want to be clear that this podcast is going to be a little weird because not weird, but a little different than what we're going to maybe normally do because we are just kind of testing out the Zoom call situation, making sure everything works correctly and making
This is
sure
only the second
it's
time I've ever used Zoom.
me too. Dakota only used Zoom for the first time when we tested this 1 week ago. So this is also a little bit of a test, and I think there's a way you can like show your screen as well. Yeah, share screen. So I could maybe use this to like show like maybe we could actually watch clips in the future from
Ooh.
yeah, because
Do some
what
reactions.
one of the things that we want to do is we really want to go through the old convention reviews videos starting at our first con and give more info, explain like things that were never talked about, tell more stories that were never talked about. Um, and maybe even expose ourselves a little bit and put ourselves on blast for some things. But it would
Oh
be,
yeah,
yeah.
there's some shit that will probably. I hope it's removed and doesn't ever need to be seen by the public.
It's not. I checked. Nothing's
Oh
removed.
God,
Nothing's removed.
better
Oh,
change that
yeah. I heard actually one might be removed. Oh,
okay,
but we'll look into that next week. We want to start with our first con.
because I disagree with those fucking pucks. Ooh,
You
pardon
can
my
you
French.
can cuss. I don't care. YouTube only gets mad at cussing if it's in the first 30 seconds of a video. I don't know if you know that.
I thought it was the first minute. They change it.
As far as I know, it's 30 seconds, but minutes may be a good. You could go with a minute just to be safe.
I don't know. Has it been over a minute,
Oh,
dude?
for sure.
There's no timer on here.
Yeah, there is no
Oh,
timer. I have no idea how long we've been going, but
oh God,
oh,
I
I've
must
got
suck
it. We're
to.
at about 10 minutes. It's
Oh shit,
I've
we
got it
better
here.
get rolling then. What's going on?
So anyway, normally, or at least for a little while, we really want to go into showing the old cons, and yeah, maybe we'll actually show video evidence of things. I don't know. But that we're gonna start that next week. I think is a plan. For now, we're just gonna have a chill conversation, and thought it'd be cool to kind of just talk about the nerdy stuff.
Hell yeah, we haven't
Whoa,
talked nerd shit in a while. Well,
yeah.
Cody, I'm really interested. What have you been watching? I gotta know. What in the Philippines have you been watching?
Are
Because I know you
you
don't have a whole lot of time to just sit down and watch stuff
are you
all
really
the time.
interested? You really want to know?
Yeah.
Actually, we have I kind of structure my day in a way that like I don't have a job that like forces me to be somewhere, but
Sure.
I set my time up to where I'm finished by 3. And after that, it's like, okay, I'm okay. I can watch whatever I want, and I feel no guilt, like I'm wasting my time or something.
Okay.
So we do actually have time to watch some stuff. I can't
Good.
binge it like I used to, like back in the
Nah,
day.
sadly, I get that.
I'm not blowing through anything too quick, unless it's a rainy day on the weekend. That's the one time me and Isa would like binge through something.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
Recently, this isn't what I'm watching currently because it's finished, but I recently watched WandaVision.
What'd you think?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was
I,
so good.
yes, I was happy to finally see the best live action Dragon Ball Z fight we've ever seen.
Dude, that's totally true. That's totally true. I didn't even think
Eh,
about that.
I mean, heck, when the visions are shooting beams at each other's heads, spoilers. I mean, that's just Kamehameha versus freaking Gallic Gun.
Yeah, just a warning too, guys. There might be slight spoilers on things, but we won't go. I promise we won't go into like deep any big spoilers on anything. But if
Tommy Oliver is the evil Green Ranger.
oh no, why would you say that, dude?
Oh, because it's relevant.
Um, but yeah, you liked WandaVision? I don't know what the public sentiment is on it. I don't really pay attention to
Dude, the
people
public
anymore.
sentiment is it's great.
Everyone loved
Like,
it.
yeah, it's all around. It's getting nothing but high praise, and it's only going to be this season. You know that, right?
They're not gonna do a season two. I
Mm-mm.
didn't think they would. It
Did you watch all the way to the secret end?
oh yeah. So
Um,
what I read, I'm sure you read about it too, is that that's like building up to Doctor Strange's movie.
She's gonna come back, which isn't until next year.
Really?
Yeah, it's not till 2022.
That movie's
It was
supposed to
supposed to
be
be
a
this
horror
year, but
movie,
then
right?
wah wah. Huh?
That movie's supposed to be a horror movie.
I think it's gonna lean more to the towards the horror element.
That's what I read,
I
that
think
it's supposed to be Marvel's first ever horror movie.
no, their first ever horror movie is gonna be that one with the chick who played Arya.
What? What is this? I don't know what
I
this
can't
is.
think of it. It's been in development hell forever. I'll send you a link or a link or something later. It's
Yeah,
not
show
New
me it
Mutants.
later.
Might be New Mutants. I'll have to look. I
But
don't think it is
is it
though.
related to the MCU?
I think that's why it's been in development hell for a while, is my guess. I don't fully know. I could be completely wrong about that, so don't quote me. My guess is they probably had to rework it because it's supposed to be an X-Men thing, and I think they're gonna try and rework it into the MCU.
Oh,
But I that's just me speculating. I could be absolutely completely wrong on that.
I wonder because I read what I read at least. Who knows what that article is right or not? But they said that the Doctor Strange one would be the MCU's first horror.
Yeah, as far as
So I don't
MCU,
know.
that probably is correct.
And I'm
But
hyped after seeing WandaVision with the direction they took in it. I mean, I don't know. I really trust Marvel and Disney to make quality stuff. They
I
have.
was I was
Sorry, go
mildly
ahead.
disappointed. Sorry, I interrupted you. You go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm pretty much done. Go ahead.
Um, I said that I think myself and everyone else was disappointed that Evan Peters wasn't what he started out to be.
Who's Evan
The
Peters?
Quicksilver, well, her brother.
Oh. Because they
See, I
brought in
don't.
the actor from X-Men, right?
Yeah,
That's so
and
yeah.
and then it was to me anyway. I'm sure they'll figure out a way to make it work, but to me it was like a slap in the face to
Why?
be because to me it's just like I know they're about to do the WandaVision or the multiverse of madness,
Uh-huh.
but every time they've every time they've uh sorry, I got distracted.
Brain fart?
Yeah. Uh every time they've hinted at multiverse anything, they're like, JK, no multiverse.
I think they're for sure gonna I think it's for
Because
sure happening.
they're like in Spider-Man Homecoming or Far From Home, they're like, oh no, I'm from the multiverse. JK, I'm a dude from this universe. And this, they're like, it's a multi. This guy brought him. We pulled him out of another reality to bring this show in. JK, it's just some dude that was already here. So now I'm
Oh.
waiting for them to be like, Doctor Strange is in all these realities. JK, he's just been mind something. Scarlet Witch is messing with his mind. I don't know. So
Hmm.
I'm just waiting to be disappointed.
Well, that's a good place to be. If you're always waiting to be disappointed, you can only be impressed.
I think that's why I enjoy a lot of the Marvel movies because I almost always expect to be disappointed by the Marvel movies.
Really? I don't. What?
Like
Oh,
unless it's like Endgame, or
Oh,
like
something that big.
yeah, but like Spider-Man, or Spider-Man. I usually expect Spider-Man to be good because I like all the Spider-Man movies except three. Um,
Me too. And
except you like three.
I don't know anymore. I haven't seen it since I was like a kid. I don't know if I can
Fair
still
enough.
say that.
Fair enough.
I did when I was a
Um,
kid, but I was very easy to please. I liked Dragon Ball Evolution.
it's true. So you've been watching WandaVision. Very good.
Oh,
Very
I
good.
wanted to ask you before we move on from WandaVision, what
Yeah.
what did you like best, the first half or the second half? Like, did you like the stuff that's more MCU like, or did you like the stuff that's really throwback to old sitcoms?
See, when I first started watching it, because I didn't start watching it until there were already like 3 or 4 episodes out. Because
Oh, I
I was
waited.
again, I was not hyped for this show.
I
Again,
wasn't
I was like
either.
this
Dude, when I
because
saw all the
I
trailers come out for all the shows like Loki, like what's the next one?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier
Yeah,
that's on
yeah.
right now.
All of them, I was like, I don't care. I was like, I guess I'm out of the MCU. But then WandaVision, I just heard a couple people saying it was good when it was done. So me and Isa just binge watched it.
It's yeah. I'm glad I stuck with it. The first few episodes, I was literally sitting there like, well, this is entertaining, but where's it going?
Oh, really? So you weren't that into it?
Not the. It took like 3 episodes for me to be like, okay, okay. And even
Man.
Ariel, my wife, she was not into it at all, and then she was just happened to be in the room as I'd watch it, and as the show progressed, she'd get more and more into it,
I
and
wonder
then
if
by the
that's
end, she was even
common.
like, it very well could. Was it Izai? Did she do the same thing?
Well, Isa and I are totally different places on this because I my favorite part of the show was the first half. I was hooked on the first episode. But I mean, I grew up watching sitcoms and even like the old like I Love
Yeah, your dad is
Lucy.
obsessed with
Yeah,
those old
all those
shows.
old shows. I mean, I used to watch them before I go to school as a kid just because my dad would have them on the TV. So I mean, I've seen them, so many of them.
Yeah,
Whether I'd say like they're my favorite shows, no, but I've seen them. So I like really it just felt so good. I was like, man, they're doing this so perfectly. It really feels like these old sitcoms. And I just thought it was so funny and enjoyable. Uh, I don't know. I
I
really
think.
loved it. But that's why I say Izai's different because she, grew up in the Philippines and she didn't grow up with these shows at all. She
Oh
doesn't even
yeah.
know what they are. I'm like saying names of different old sitcoms and she's like, I've
You're
never
like,
heard
oh,
of
they're
these.
doing Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she has no idea what these are. What's
Oh,
up?
this is the Daisy girl. This is my little baby. She says, hello, I'm a little girl. I don't know what I'm doing up here. Oh, she gave me a kiss. Okay. Can you put me down now? What? Yeah, he's seen Chopper. Oh, her foot is tangled right in my cord. Get out
But
of here.
my favorite part of WandaVision was when they did like Full House.
My favorite, I really like the Malcolm in the Middle episode. You know what my disappointment episode was?
What?
The Modern Family
That
one.
was my disappointment too. I
Dude, they could have done
effing
so much more.
yes, I'm such a huge fan of Modern Family. I love it. And I was
I haven't
like,
watched the whole show like you, but every episode I've watched, I've always loved and I always laugh. It's a very funny show. And I was looking and I was excited because I guessed it because I was like, okay, so they're going through the history of sitcoms. So they just did Malcolm in the Middle. The next obvious progression, I think, would be Modern
of
Family.
course it
And
has
then
to be.
lo and behold, it was Modern Family. And I was like, yes, they're gonna do that. That's gonna be funny. They're gonna have funny interviews with them. That'll be funny. And then
Well, they
it just
did
was.
it. They did it. I think the
They,
problem was that by that point in the show, it was progressing so much into the overall story that the
Mhm,
sitcoms were starting to take a back seat. And I really think that that's what happened. I think if that episode would have been earlier, which
mhm.
would have been impossible for the way they did the show, but
Yeah,
if the
no.
story wouldn't have been so heavy by that point, I'm sure they would have done it right. But I agree. I wasn't disappointed because I knew they have to tell the story, but I was a little sad. I was like, man, all right, it's
I
too bad.
loved Agatha. I loved her.
Yeah, Agatha's great. She's great.
I like that actress, Catherine Hahn. I didn't used to like her. She used to get on my nerves, but I think after Parks and Rec, I think she grew on me after that show because her character is hilarious in that.
She was in Parks and Rec. I don't even remember. I remember
Yeah,
her, but I didn't remember where she was from. That must be where I
she's
saw her.
she's the campaign manager that runs against Ben.
Oh man, I don't even remember. It's
She's
been
the
so
one who's
long.
she sees their kids and she goes, "Oh my god, what was that?"
Oh, I
My
do
life's
remember that.
great.
Oh, I do remember that. Okay. Yeah, I liked her. I liked pretty much all the characters, to be honest. Oh, what do you?
Yeah.
No. We can't. We're not doing a whole WandaVision podcast. You okay? You tell
No.
me what you've been. Give me one thing you've been watching. We'll go. We can go back and forth. Watching or playing.
Start with watching just because I have it over here.
Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Hell yeah, bro. And I might have gone on a little bit of a spree because they're like really affordable.
You're buying all these?
They're not on anything anymore.
Oh, really? You
They
can't
have
find
the
them?
newest season on Netflix, which I just finished, and it's actually pretty good. And then I was like, oh, they used to have all of them on Netflix, and then they took them off last year,
So
like
you're
towards the latter half.
so you're watching Power Rangers like from the beginning, from the ones that we like had as kids.
I'm gonna get to that eventually. I'm thinking about doing a separate podcast where I go through all the episodes and just kind of do my own thing with that. But
Like
a bunch of
separate
other
from
people
these
do that.
OPs?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
but we'll see, or part of it.
Okay.
We'll see. I haven't decided how I want to do that yet because I still got to get. They only have the first 2 seasons of Mighty Morphin on there, and the problem with Mighty Morphin is almost all of it's really unwatchable.
Why?
It's just, to me anyway, a lot of it doesn't hold up
Uh-huh.
to me. It's nostalgic and fun, but it suffers from the 90s syndrome.
It's not even like campy in an enjoyable way.
No, that's good. The camp is
Oh.
there. The camp and the Power Ranger stuff is awesome. But
Okay.
because it was for kids at that point in time, they had to have a lesson of the day.
Really?
every
I don't remember.
episode,
I
yeah.
watched Power Rangers every day as a kid. I don't remember any lessons.
Yeah, because I've been watching video. Dude, I've been like obsessed with it.
Oh, that's
I even found a
interesting.
podcast to listen to.
So
about
why?
What?
Like I got at what got you into this right now? What brought you into Power Rangers
Well,
right now?
I don't know what initially started it, but what got me back on it was like back in 2017. The movie was coming out.
Yeah. That I've still
and-
never seen.
Dude, it's good. Like, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I liked it a lot because it was exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Mm.
It did not exceed my expectations, but it did not like underwhelm my
disappoint? Oh,
expectations.
underwhelm.
It like met my expectations,
Okay.
like right there.
Okay.
And so it's pretty good. I actually just watched the 3rd act of it a week or 2 ago, and I was sitting there and I was like, yeah. But anyway, that's what got me on it originally. I was like, let me check out the new show, because the new show at the time was Dino Charge.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'll check that out. Dude, Dino Charge is awesome. Both seasons. They're both
So,
awesome.
I just want to ask because I just want to be cleared up, and I'm sure I'm very ignorant right now of
That's fine.
Power Rangers.
How dare
But
you?
what has Power Rangers changed or something? Like, why is it interesting to an almost 30-year-old adult?
I don't know. I've honestly been thinking about that myself.
Okay.
But I don't feel bad because I know I'm not the only adult who still watches
No.
the new stays current.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
Also,
make you
I
feel
pay
bad at
taxes,
all.
so I can do what I want.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm legitimately curious.
No, I know.
What is
You wouldn't make me feel bad. You know me.
Yeah, like I'm literally curious because I really thought Power Rangers.
Or my
in
power level right
general-
here, bro.
I thought Power Rangers in general was just fully for kids, like full on. That's
I
not
mean,
right.
it's definitely geared towards kids, especially, but it's got. I mean,
Is this like the My Little Pony thing? Like it's meant for kids, but
no,
adults
it's not
get
that big a
something out
deal
of it?
because
Oh, really?
it's not that big a deal. It's hard to explain. It's just enjoyable to watch. Yeah, honestly, though, there are times when I do find myself being like,
Oh, so there's things where it's
oh yeah,
like,
there's definitely cringy parts. Like those seasons. If I decide to do where I go through all of them,
uh-huh.
then I'll watch all of them. But the seasons I just got the seasons I wanted to watch that sounded interesting.
Oh, okay.
Like I have on my computer, I have In Space, and then I heard Lost Galaxy was good, and that's a continuing story. So I got
Mm.
Lost Galaxy, and then Dino Thunder I heard was probably the best one, and I like it so far. And then RPM I heard was good, and then I've heard mixed things on Jungle Fury, but I really like their suits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Have you ever
That's
thought
why I had to get it.
of watching maybe when you finish the whole Power Rangers, like either watch it all or feel like you've watched the ones you want to watch?
Kamen Rider or Super Sentai?
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, have you thought of going to like the Japanese you're already watching?
I've already not as much Super Sentai, but I have watched a little bit of Kamen Rider
And how
recently.
is it?
Kamen Rider's really good.
How are they compared to like American Power Rangers?
See, the only Sentai I've watched as of the one that's airing currently here in America, which is Dino Fury. They're on their fourth dinosaur themed one.
Okay.
Which
I'm
is Mighty
surprised that
Morphin.
that's happening. Dinosaurs felt like they were way huge when we were kids. I'm surprised it's
They're,
still
I
going
mean,
on, but okay.
that's what sells because the last really big one was Dino Charge. Because then after Dino Charge, super they had Super Ninja Steel, and that show apparently was hot garbage, so I didn't watch it. But then they came back with Beast Morphers, and I watched Beast Morphers, and it's really good. Their suits are like leather motorcycle outfits in that one, and they look really cool. And they have like motorcycle style helmets with
You know,
visors.
yeah, okay. I think I've heard of this somewhere, but I'm not sure hot where, but it sounds familiar to me.
But but as far as Dino Fury, which is the one that's airing, Dino Fury is on currently. I've watched the first few episodes. It's all right. It's only 3 episodes. I can't tell.
Okay.
But I watched the first 2 of the Sentai counterpart.
Uh-huh.
Way different.
Way
It is so different.
Is it better or worse?
I don't know.
Or you can't
It's
decide
definitely
yet?
more. It feels more like. Honestly, it feels like exactly like watching a live action anime.
Really?
Yeah, because like, and there's death in it too. Like spoilers again. There's death, but like, there's the main 3 Rangers, and they're all 3 like each have a mentor. And in the first 10 minutes, they all die. All 3 of their mentors die. 2 of them get disintegrated.
So does it feel a little more, I don't mean this in derogatory way, but does it feel a little more mature?
Yeah,
Oh, you think
yeah,
so?
definitely. Oh yeah, I mean you can tell like I said, it just feels like an anime or a shonen.
Mm.
Where it's for kids, but like, it's the themes of that. Like I said, there's disintegration, death. Not that the Power Rangers has that occasionally, but I mean it was literally in the first 10 minutes they all died fairly violently.
Yeah, well, let's be real. Japan's always been more okay with kids' content having
But
death and violence.
but then the end, they even had an anime style ending outro.
Really?
Yeah, where it had all 5 Rangers up in a line and they were all going
But it's live action.
on a stage with a green screen and there's like birds flying around. They're all
That is so legit. That makes me think
Yeah,
of
I
when
was
we
like, oh
tried
my
to
God.
make a anime intro.
Dude, they did it. Dude,
Yeah.
their intros and their outros are literally live action anime intros and outros.
We didn't know how to do that back then. I really
No.
overestimated my abilities back in that time period.
Hey, you got the screen to pull apart.
We did something. We did something cool, but we didn't make an anime intro.
No, not at all.
Okay, so
But I think that's enough. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
enough Power Rangers for now.
I was gonna say because of time constraints, if you want to move on. I mean, I'd
Yeah,
love to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
more, but
Sure, yeah. I'm just now delving into it, so I can't go too far.
okay. So there's one other thing that I'm watching. If we're gonna bounce
All right.
back and forth, I don't know if you're watching it or not. If you are, don't give me spoilers because I'm not caught up. Maybe I don't know. You may not be. Izai and I are right now going through Attack on Titan.
How far are you?
We are a middle of season 3.
Okay, so I've only watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of the current season, but
Well,
I've heard
4.
it's really good. So what was the last I can talk to you about it though. What was the last thing that happened for you?
Ooh, well, I don't want to give big spoilers for people if they're trying to watch through it now. But
Well, it's season 3 though.
I know, but
It's
like
it's not the one that people are going to be worried about spoiling is all I'm saying.
I know, but
Season 4
some
is the one.
people, some people are late on stuff. You might be watching
That's
through
true.
it right now.
Um,
I'll try to be vague. The very last thing I saw happen is there's a new king or queen.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so I
that
just got
person is
through
that person's on the throne.
Yes,
And they revealed that person's whole
their whole
incredibly
history.
crazy backstory.
Yeah, and I gotta say, first half of season 3 is the worst Attack on Titan. It is terrible.
Oh,
You like
just
the
wait
first
until the
half?
second half.
No,
I
I
like
know.
all of season 3. I like all of season 3, dude. It's so good.
Well, I
I
just
love-
got really annoyed because end of season 2, crazy epic stuff happening. We've got 2 major characters running like off with other important characters after like doing this mission. I'm trying to be vague. You
No,
know what
you're
I
good.
mean? They're
what
building
you're
up
talking
all
about.
this stuff. We're having all these reveals, and then we get into season 3, and it's like the Titans don't matter anymore. We're fighting humans now, and it was like, it was fun by the end. I enjoyed it by the end of the first half, like where it went. But there was just so much story thrown at you so quickly. I felt like I had to pause and just like think, like, what?
Actually, I think I do remember that because I stayed away from it for a while because of that until I could binge it.
Yeah, yeah. It was so story heavy, and so it just
Dude, the
felt like
second half.
everyone keeps saying it. Well, I
Mm.
looked it up because me and Izai were like, "Is this where this show's going?" Because we might be out. So I looked it up, and I read a bunch of articles that were like, "You might hate the first half of season 3. A lot of people do." Apparently, the writer of Attack on Titan hates that arc. It's called the Uprising arc. Apparently, he hates it, and he even told the animators like, "Please make it better." He was like, he said he like wanted to get that story out, and it's exciting and it's cool when you sit back and look at it, but he thought like the execution.
He could have done better.
Yeah, and I feel that way too, to be honest. I just
It's
thought,
also been almost 2 years since I've seen
yeah, maybe you
season 3,
forget.
so
Maybe you
yeah.
forget the first half because the second half is so good.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
But that's what everyone said online. Everyone online was like, if you're struggling with the first half, it's not that long. Get through it. The second half is so worth it. Oh, what's up? What's her name?
Chopper.
What?
Chopper.
Chopper. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like One
Well,
Piece?
she kind of came up screaming this one day. I think she was a catch and release cat where they catch her, chop her ear off, and then set her back loose.
Chopper.
And then
ear
she
off.
just kind of ran. Yeah, I guess that's a way they like chop the tip of their ear off
Oh.
to show that they've been fixed.
Oh gosh.
So, but anyway, yeah, she ran up to us screaming one day, and we just kind of ended up with her.
That's so awesome, dude. That's so
Yeah.
awesome. But anyway, yeah, Attack on Titan, it's awesome. That's what Izai had never seen it, but she'd seen the live action movie and she liked it. So I was
Oh,
our
what?
well, she's not really a huge anime fan. She watched anime when she was like a kid. Like she loved Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, stuff like that.
The
Yu Yu
Toonami
Hakusho is so
classics.
famous here, by the way. I don't know if I've ever told you that. Yu Yu Hakusho is
I think you
probably
did.
it's called Ghost Fighter here, and it's like the most popular.
Oh, yeah,
anime
yeah,
here. Yeah. But our neighbor, who's like huge into games and anime, he came out one day, and I was just sitting on the balcony reading Game of Thrones, and he looked up to me and he's like, "Bro, are you watching Attack on Titan?" And I was like, "No," and he's like, "Final season right now, dude. It's so good," and I'm like, "What? Really? Final season?" He's like,
Yeah, you
"Oh."
didn't know?
Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, "It's time." I was like, I shouted at Izai. I was like, "Izai, we're watching Attack on Titan this weekend."
And she was like, "What?"
And she loves it. It's totally
Good.
in. Yeah, it's great.
Dude, season 2 is amazing, by the way.
I love season. I love it all. Season 1 and 2.
Now you got to watch My Hero, bro.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's so good. You'll
Is
love
it even gonna have the? Here's what I gotta ask really quick. We don't have to go all in on My Hero, just again because of time constraints. But
Sure.
what
Maybe
I
next
really am loving about Attack on Titan, and I loved from the beginning, is that it's like the Game of Thrones of anime. It's like they just throw your characters away. Who do you love? Okay, say bye.
Just wait until the end of this
Stop!
season.
Stop!
dude.
Stop! No! 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 Stop! No!
Whew.
I don't want to
You're-
know. No,
I'm saying
please.
be excited.
Oh, be
be
excited.
excited.
Okay. All right. I'm excited
Some
and
oh,
scared.
you're into some awesome shit, dude. It's gonna be so good.
Okay, okay.
I'm excited for you to experience this.
But that's what I really love about Attack on Titan is that they like to break anime conventions as well. I love how so much in season 1 and 2 so far, Aaron would be like screaming and getting all hyped up and like, I'm gonna do it, and then literally other characters would be like, bro, you can't win a fight off willpower alone. Like you need help. And it's like, bro, that's like so against normal anime. Like
Mhm.
One Piece, how many fights has Luffy won just off willpower?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah, all of them. It's just like more realistic. I really like how it's a crazy show, but somehow
It's oddly grounded.
that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, for the world that it's in and for what's happening, it's weirdly grounded, and I really like it.
Can I
But-
help you back there?
Okay,
That's-
but I can't. I don't really want to ask you any more about Attack on Titan since you're further. I don't want any spoilers, but you're watching as well, or you were. Are you
It's
just
been a
waiting for it to
minute.
finish?
If you were disappointed, well, I'll say this. If you were disappointed by the way season 3 began, you're going to be really confused and disappointed by the way season 4 begins.
Why is it super slow?
It's just I'm I need to get further in it because I've heard again I've heard it's gotten amazing.
Everyone tells
But
me it's amazing at this point. From everyone
that's what
talked
I've
to.
heard, and so I'm gonna pick it back up soon. It's just where it started, I was not even interested. I was like,
Mm,
where are
really?
we going? Why are we starting here? You made me wait a year and a half,
I'm
and you're
sure it's
starting
worth
here.
it. I'm sure
I'm
it's
sure
worth
it
it.
is. I'm just it wasn't where I was expecting something more. And I was also really confused at first. Like I
Oh,
still
great,
where I'm
great.
at, I still don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm gonna need a wiki. All right, here we go.
No, you'll be fine. You'll probably like it.
We'll see, because like I said, I didn't like the start of season 3. It,
Who knows?
we'll see. All right, back to you. What else have you been, do you have anything else you've been watching or something you've been
So let's
playing?
see. I did just recently purchase HBO Max
Mm-hmm.
because I've told myself that I wouldn't get it. They've been trying for the year and a half or however long it's been out. They've been trying to get me. They've been trying. But I said from the very beginning, I'm not getting HBO Max until they release the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Oh,
And they
so
finally
now you
just did
got it.
that. So I finally got it. Man, HBO Max is awesome. We're watching Fresh Prince right now, dude.
Oh, it's on there?
Dude, all of it. And that show is timeless, man.
Are you
Every
gonna
episode.
are you watching
Huh?
the new Fresh Prince?
It's just a sit down with the cast. I haven't watched it yet, but I will.
Wait, I thought they were actually doing episodes.
That's what I thought, but I heard someone the other day at my work say it was just a sit down with the cast. It wasn't the whole like episode.
Really? Oh,
Yeah. Well,
man.
Uncle Phil's dead, the
I
actor.
know. I
So I don't know
know.
how they do it, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the whole show again first. I never actually watched the show from beginning to end. I just watched whenever it was on TV.
Me either.
So this will be exciting. I'm excited to do this, and we're on season 1 right now. And I'm like, Will Smith when he was young was just the best.
Of course.
He is the best.
I remember growing up, yeah, when we were kids, like Will Smith. I mean, who didn't love Will Smith?
Exactly. It's like I forget who said it, but they said Will Smith is practically an untouchable celebrity.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Like everybody loves him.
Yeah. I
Um,
do. I still do, even though he hasn't really done a lot recently.
no, he's not. His to me, his last like honestly, I really liked Bright. I don't know if you watched that.
Didn't watch it.
It was his most like Will Smith esque movie that he's done in a long time
Hmm.
because it felt like something that he would have done in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like played a cop, which he's done before.
Hmm.
Played a cop in a fantasy world. It just felt like a very Will Smith type movie. I mean, I liked it.
You like Hitch?
Never seen Hitch actually.
Oh, I watched it as a kid and I loved it.
Sorry, dogs are going nuts.
It's all good. I got annoying cats here as well. They meow sometimes.
We're talking about what were we talking about?
Hitch.
We're talking about Hitch, damn it.
How could you interrupt Hitch?
We're talking about Hitch and Will Smith. We're talking about the important stuff. And they shut up.
Yeah, they know. They were like, "Oh, Hitch? Oh, my bad." That's a
Um,
classic right there.
What did I just say? I gotta tell him about the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, quickly. I've got like 15 minutes.
Dude, Snyder Cut, it's amazing. It's amazing. I never watched the first cut of the one Joss
Oh.
Whedon did. I never watched it because I heard it was bad. And I was like, man, I don't want to watch this. And then I was like, okay, maybe I will. And then I heard that Zack Snyder was gonna do his, so I waited.
And it was worth it.
Dude, they maybe could have cut maybe 45 minutes from that movie. It didn't need to be a 4-hour movie.
Cut that Leto end.
No, that's awesome.
Oh, really? I
Dude,
heard everyone online just said it was terrible. From what
It's
I
because
heard.
everybody online just loves to hate on Jared Leto. That's the
Yeah.
popular thing to do now.
I still love Jared Leto because of I love 30 Seconds to Mars.
Right.
I'm such a huge
I like-
fan. But I know I don't want to get all into this because we could get in an argument.
I
about
know
it.
he's a weird, eccentric dude. He's
Once I
got a
learned
cum.
more about him, he really sounds like kind of a douche, like in person. It's like kind of a horrible guy. But I mean, I don't hold it against him. Like I'm one of those people. I know a lot of people have trouble with this. I don't. I'm one of those people who completely separates character from art, and I really like the stuff he makes. So I actually really don't care if he's a terrible guy. I think there's probably a ton of celebrities who are terrible people, and
Yeah.
you still like them. You just don't know that they're terrible. I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
probably common.
I met him very briefly once, and it was nice.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's like horrible to everyone and he's just like kicking puppies, but I'm just saying like from what I've heard, it did change my idea of him as a person a little bit, but he just sounds very, very
He's full of himself.
egotistical. Yeah, he's super narcissistic
That I'll
and
agree. I'll give you that. No, I'll
s-
definitely agree on that
like
for sure.
majorly. But like again,
He's not like Justin Bieber.
well, I don't know much about Justin Bieber, so I won't go into that. But I'm
Uh,
just saying, like, it doesn't. For me personally, it does not take away from the art. For me,
exactly.
so I mean, as
But
long as he hasn't like raped somebody or hurt somebody,
I don't think he's done that. I hope not.
well, as far as we know, I don't think he has. I don't know.
Um, but yeah, Snyder Cut, it's awesome,
It's awesome.
and
It's
you don't
worth
really
me
need.
watching, even though I've never seen any DC movie other than the new Wonder Woman.
Yeah, oh, that's really all you need to see. I mean, if you
Uh,
really wanted every little context, you could watch Batman v Superman, but you would probably dislike it a lot. I really don't
really?
like. I don't like it that much, mainly because I
Oh,
hate it. I don't like the way they did Lex Luthor. I hated the way they did Doomsday. I hated the way they did Doomsday in that movie. But I'm not gonna get into that
I've just
right
kind
now
of
because.
like cemented myself as being.
Would you shut up? Not you.
It's all right, bro. You can barely hear it on the mic.
Oh, okay.
At least I can barely hear it. Um, it's all good. We're in the age of Zoom call podcast, guys. This is what happens. All right.
It's true.
Um,
It's true.
I've some kind of cemented in my brain that I'm into the Marvel movies. That's my superhero movies, and
I like it all.
that's cool with
Give it all
me.
to me. You should at least watch Aquaman if you haven't. If nothing else, you should watch Aquaman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really, really good. You'll like it a lot. I know you
I
like Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Jason Momoa, so maybe.
He's really good as Aquaman.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I just
What's
thought
that?
of. So this has nothing to do with anything, but we always said you looked like Rhett from Good Mythical Morning, and Rhett's also growing out his hair and his beard, which is so
Oh,
crazy
I
that
know. That's
that's
like
happened at the same time.
difference is he started growing his hair last year. It's taken me 3 years to get this long, and it's taken him like
Uh,
a year.
yeah. Well, it was actually 2019. It's been 2 years
Oh,
now.
was it? I guess. Yeah.
I'm like a huge GMM fan again, like everything they
Are
do.
you? I
Everything. I watch every video, listen to every podcast. It's because of their deconstruction story podcast. I just found it randomly, and I was like, I'll give
oh
this a
yeah.
shot. And after
I
listening to it,
need
I
to
was
put that
like,
on
I'm
for work.
in. You need to listen to it. It's so good. At least that podcast. But I bet you'll be back in after you listen to it. That's
I'm
what
sure I
hooked
will.
me. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. I did want to at least mention before we go, as I am almost out of time. This really sucks, but maybe we try to start this even earlier. I don't know. I don't know. But I've been playing Chrono Trigger for the first time ever.
Very nice.
Have you played it?
I not all the way through. I've only played like the first hour or two, but I like what I have played.
Only the first
I'm
hour or
honestly
two.
waiting to play. Every time I want to play it, I ask Ariel, I'm like, "Do you mind if I play this, or do you want to play it with me?" And she's always like, "I kind of want to play it," and then we never play it.
You
Like,
should
because
just.
we play games together sometimes.
I'm playing it on the DS version.
That's how I've always wanted to play it, dude.
I really love it, man. It's so good. It reminds me so much of Final Fantasy VI, which is like my favorite Final Fantasy. But it's so I never understood why does everyone say Chrono Trigger? You know it's how revered it is. Everyone's always like
Hmm.
it's one of the best games ever made. It's so ahead of its time. It's so good. And when I started it, I was like, why is this game considered so revered? It's like honestly the first hour was really boring to me. I almost gave it up. I was like, this is it's fine, but it's boring.
Right.
Um and that's probably just the fault of the fact that I things have changed so much and we're in a place now where if something's boring for 15 minutes it's like I got other stuff to do, bro. I don't think I got time for this. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I stuck through with it and I get it now. I personally, I guess because I didn't play it as a kid, I don't think it's some revolutionary thing, but I see how as a kid you would because it has like 10 different endings. It has all this like branching stories where like if you do this random little thing it changes things here and stuff that like games at that time were not doing.
Yeah.
And
No.
so
Yeah. I look forward to playing it myself one day,
You should.
like
And
fully.
I think what's cool about it is it's a full on, JRPG with all this stuff, and it's only like 20-25 hours long. You don't.
Really, I thought it was way longer.
No, me too. But I looked it up. I was like, how long am I putting into this? 60 hours, 70 hours, and it's like 20-25.
Not
That's
like a Dragon Quest.
no, which is what I was playing right before. I was replaying Dragon Quest 11 on the Switch.
Oh, nice.
I love that
Um,
game, dude.
Speaking of Switch, I've gotten a couple games myself on the Switch
Mhm.
recently. I got Mega Man Zero Collection, and I got the Spyro Collection.
How's the Spyro Collection? I've thought about picking it up. It's good.
It's awesome. I love it.
As
I
someone who
love it.
didn't really play Spyro as a kid, I'll like it.
You were more of a Crash guy.
Neither. I played
Really?
both.
I thought you were more of a Crash guy.
I was more. If I had to pick one, it's more Crash. If I had to pick one. But when I
Mhm.
look back on games I played as a kid, we're into the next generation. We're into PS2.
Okay.
So we're talking, Jack and Dexter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper.
See, that's what I'm surprised they haven't done. Like, I mean, they did the remasters of all those, the Sly Cooper and all that. But we need some ground up remakes.
It just
man.
hasn't been long enough. The people who grew up with those are our age right now, so they're just now, getting up in the companies and
I don't know, man. They've made some ground up remakes recently from
of
that
what?
era.
Of
I thought
what?
they had. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm
Everything
wrong,
that
looking
I've
over.
seen is from play PS1 era.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The
I'm looking
gr-
over at my collection and I'm like, I literally don't have one ground up remake over there. Aha! Final Fantasy VII, but
That's
that's
so older. It's even
PlayStation 1.
older. Yeah, it's about the same era. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. We're on the
oh,
PS1
I'm waiting for that Final
remakes.
Fantasy IX remake, dude. That's what I'm waiting for. It's not gonna happen, but
It's it probably won't. You're right, but
at least not
there's
not
a
in a
huge
long
following
time.
for it though. So
I
I
I
don't
got a
know.
lot further in it last year than I had ever gotten before.
Yeah,
But now
I beat it, but
huh?
I forget it. I beat the whole thing in 2019 and I loved it, and I like pretty much totally forget everything that
I'm
happened.
I'll get back to it at some point. I have it on Switch and I have a physical PS1 copy.
What are you playing it on Switch?
Hmm.
Yeah, because Switch adds those like extra quality of life stuff, speed things up, and you know,
Oh yeah. I
anytime that
like it
can
a
speed
lot,
something up is
and I
great.
love all the characters in it so far.
It's so good, dude. But yeah, I really want them to remake some PS2 stuff, ground
I'm sure
up.
they will.
Maybe.
Especially to me, the big three PS2 like mascot games to me are
Oh,
Jack.
there has been a
What?
ground up. Sorry, Ratchet and Clank was remade on PS4. They
You
changed the
are
story,
correct,
but it
but
was supposed to be the original.
you're absolutely right. It was a from the ground up remake. It's
Fully.
almost a completely it's pretty much a completely different game.
The story's totally different, but there are areas that are the same.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that new Ratchet and Clank game.
Bro, you
Can't
got
wait
a
till I get a
PS5 yet?
PS5. No.
Why? Is it money or availability?
Money right now, but I also, to me, I don't want to get a PS5.
What?
Who's doing what over there? Is someone getting in the trash? Sorry.
Alright.
To me, I don't like the idea of buying a console in the first year of its cycle, if that
Oh,
makes sense.
because there might be some red rings of death,
Yeah, I want to
some
make
problems, some Joy-Con drift.
yeah, I want to make sure like all the kinks get worked out because
Yeah.
PS4 had all kinds of kinks when it first was launched. PS3 had all kinds of kinks.
Dude, I'll never forget my first PS4 just kept spitting my discs out no matter what I did.
Ugh.
Oh my god. And I like physical stuff, especially back then. I really liked physical stuff back then.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of a game, be playing freaking Dark Souls, Bloodborne. Yeah, Bloodborne, because that was the first game I got. I remember we streamed it the first night I got it. And
I remember that, and then
it would just keep pushing the freaking disc out. It making me
did
so
you have to get a
mad.
new one or what? I forget what
Bro, I'm
the
gonna tell you
result
what I
on.
did. It's so shady and so terrible. So there's this screw that you can turn on it that will
Uh-huh.
fix it temporarily. It's never fixes it forever. I turned that screw to make it okay, and then I traded that boy into GameStop and used the money to buy a Slim. And I
Good
feel
man.
bad about it because somebody probably bought that thing and it spits their discs out. And if I could go back, I might not have done that because I just feel bad. But at the time, I was like, I don't give a F.
Honestly, I hear that and all I can think is that sounds like the right decision.
I
You
mean,
made a good. I mean,
here's
it's
the thing.
shady.
Here's the thing about it that kind of made me feel okay with it. I bought that PS4 from GameStop, not
Yeah.
new, used. And so
Ah.
I'm thinking it probably happened to me. I bet
So
you,
so.
yeah, somebody else, they was spitting their discs out. They did the exact same thing as me, and then I bought it. And then the cycle continues.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's
Someone's
bad.
probably still. It's probably still happening too.
I hope they no, I hope someone else traded it in. Just keep it going.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I made my goal for a PS5. I cannot buy one until I pay off my credit card completely. That's my it's like my goal. It's like I have a lot of incentive to pay off my credit card, but it's a little extra, a little more on top. Luckily, there's only like one game out that I even want right now, which is Demon
See, yeah, that's
Souls.
the other thing. There's like all the games. None of them are super exclusive right now. Like I could get Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS4. I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff I want that's coming, but it's not out.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you know what game's coming out? I think looks great.
Final Fantasy 16?
Maybe, but Biomutant,
I don't know it.
dude, it's this like RPG style game. But when the game starts, you know how much I like character customization.
Mm-hmm.
You create your own little furry dude, like
A
a little
furry
fox
dude?
or yeah, like a little fox or a raccoon or a panda looking guy, a bear,
Mm-hmm.
dude. And and then you create them and then just go and explore this big world.
That's the only
It looks
reason you're in is because you can make a little furry dude?
that really helps a lot, but the game looks awesome. Like
I'll have to look it
that
up.
alone, that alone is the like you have my curiosity, but then I see what they're doing with it, and I'm like, but now you have my full and undivided attention.
Have you seen Skatebird?
No,
Bro, it's Tony Hawk, but you play as a little bird, and it's cool. And they play lo-fi hip hop the whole time.
it sounds like my kind of game.
I want
I
it.
don't skate, but
Did you play the Tony? You played Tony Hawk Pro Skater though, didn't you?
yeah, those
Yeah,
games are
you don't
awesome.
have to skate to like the skating games. And they
That's true.
literally said, I watched an interview with the creators. They said they want it to be a Tony Hawk game, basically, but you're a bird instead. You're a little bird.
But you're a bird.
Yeah, and it's funny, like, cause you can get like a little extra airtime. Like he'll go up and he'll like kind of flap his little wings.
Yeah.
It's cute, dude. I don't know if it'll actually be good when it comes out, but it's not out yet. But it looks good to me. Um,
Um.
so we're pretty much out of time, unfortunately. Did you have anything else you've been playing you want to hit on really quick?
Um. Oh, I did just for fun recently. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so close. Um. I started this
You
because a
bought
friend of
it.
mine. No, I'm borrowing it
How is it?
from
Did you play
someone.
the original? It's Destroy All
I played the
Humans, by
first.
the way. Sorry, it's Destroy All Humans for the PS4. If anyone's listening in like a podcast audio only format.
Yeah, sorry, I should have said that. I
Uh,
forgot my show was audio only.
yeah. Did you play the original?
I played like the first level of the original when I was a kid, and I really liked it, but I never had a system that played it.
Mm.
I didn't have a PS2 or a GameCube as a kid. Well, I did, but it was at my dad's, and then I didn't get that game, and then other things happened, and I didn't have the PS2 anymore. Um,
How's the remake?
so I'm, I'm enjoying it.
By
Like,
the way, ground up remake of something from the era we were talking about.
I don't know if it's a ground up remake though. I think it's just really HD remaster.
I'm pretty sure it's a ground up remake.
Is it?
I was following everything about it when it was announced. Everything I was told was that it's a full on remake.
I
With
mean, it feels like it.
it's a full on remake with the exact same, everything's
Yeah,
exactly the same, but it's remade.
dude. The best part is when he sees cows for the first time, and he goes, "There's the intelligent life form. Go and speak with them." And he goes, "That's the intelligent life, but it's covered in nipples."
I remember that from when I was a kid. It's just like the same thing. I love that game, dude.
Hmm.
That was so good.
I like
That
the humor in it a lot.
it's so good. It was just so fun. It was like one of the first sandboxy, like just go around and destroy and do all
Yeah,
kinds of crap game that I
Ariel
played.
had never really played it, and I was like, "This is essentially GTA, but you're an alien."
Basically, yeah.
I mean,
Basically,
there's missions that you have to do, but you can just go around and
you don't have to do them.
no.
You can do what you want.
Well, where I'm at, I'm not on like a free roam mode right now.
And I might be thinking of Destroy All Humans 2. Maybe it's more free than one. But I did play both. I don't remember which one I'm thinking of most. So we're out of time. I thought maybe we could like just read off our list what we're looking forward to, but
Ooh.
it doesn't feel right now. So guys,
Godzilla
no,
tomorrow.
no, no, no.
Godzilla versus Kong. I'm seeing it tomorrow. I had to get that out. That was the one other thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay, I guess it would be too late if we waited. But what I'm gonna
Godzilla
say
versus
is,
Kong.
guys, if you want us to let us know in the comments below if you made it this far. Do you want us to go ahead next week, do one of these talking about what the things we're looking forward to, and put off just for one more week actually going back to the old cons? Let us know. If you don't want that, if you want us to just go ahead and go back to the old cons, let us know. But if you want another one like this one, where we just kind of chit chat about nerdy stuff, let me know. And next week we'll do a whole podcast about the things upcoming that we're looking forward to. But it won't
Yeah.
be Godzilla versus Kong because that will be out by then. So good thing
I'll talk about it. I will
Okay,
be
yeah.
talking about
You
it.
can give us an update on how you liked it.
So excited. It's already got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. I haven't watched a single trailer. I know nothing
Me
about
either.
it.
If it's good, let me know. I'll watch it.
Have you watched King of the Monsters?
No.
You gotta watch King of the Monsters.
Is it the Kong from Skull
Kong
Island?
Skull Island. Mm-hmm.
I watched that one in a hotel with Drew.
Yeah, you gotta watch King of the Monsters then, man. You don't have to watch the first Godzilla. Watch King of the Monsters.
We'll see. We'll see if I got
Oh, it's so
time.
good. You
Oh,
gotta.
I forgot there's one other thing I'm watching, but I really gotta go. We don't
Okay.
even need to talk about it. It doesn't matter. But the other thing that I do spend too much time watching is 90 Day Fiance. But yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Hey, I used to watch Dance Moms. It's cool.
I mean, that show, I just absolutely love seeing other people wreck and destroy their lives and be complete horrible human beings. There's something so enjoyable, and maybe it just makes me feel so much better about myself. I don't
Look at
know.
these. Look at these fat assholes.
It's just so stupid. Like I I don't know. There's things I could say about it, but I don't have time to go into it. I literally have to go right now. So it was good talking to you again, Dakota.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on here with me, and guys, thanks so much for being patient with us, waiting for us to get a new one out. I really appreciate it. We want to do this more often, and yeah, maybe we'll try to do this we can record every Wednesday for you, Thursday for me, if that works for you.
Works for me.
And
I'll let you know if it doesn't.
yeah, I just have to like set my schedule online on my job to be off for 1 extra hour Thursday mornings. So I just have to kind of know. But yeah, we'll try, and then if we can do that, then that means we could get an episode out of this every week.
That'd be sweet.
Because I'm not editing
Only an
this.
hour or two.
Yeah, I'm not editing these, so hour episode a week. If you guys like that,
Yeah,
yeah,
that works for me.
it's easy for me. As long as I'm not editing it, we just do this, and then I go press upload, and we're good to go.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much, and Dakota, hit us with the outro.
Hey, yo, you know what you gotta do? You gotta point it up, dude.
Put your hand on the camera. Put your hand on the camera.
Oh, God.